Hi, my name is Sydney Carson.
And I'm Chantel Taylor, and this is 46254 Newscast.
Today we'll be talking about existentialism. Existentialism, which began in the 19th century, states that it is the individual who is solely responsible for giving meaning to life. Existentialism is a philosophical and cultural movement that holds that the starting point of philosophical thinking must be the individual and the experiences of the individual.
Existentialism became popular after World War II and influenced the entire world. This quote, "Existence precedes essence," sums existentialism up quite well.
This means life of the individual is what constitutes what could be called his or her essence, instead of there being a predetermined essence that defines what it is to be human. Moral thinking and scientific thinking together do not suffice to understand human existence.
Last night, Sydney and I had an interview with the creator of The Truman Show, Christoph, and here it is.
We have Christoph on the phone, the creator of The Truman Show.
Hi, Christoph. We have a couple questions for you. First, we'd like to know, when you were younger, did anything influence you to want to create movies?
Actually, it's pretty funny that you asked that because growing up, I didn't have the easiest time, but I decided that I wasn't going to live unhappy. I decided that I wasn't going to mope around and I was going to take my happiness into my own hands. And I decided to get interested into making movies and to making shows, and that's what made me happy. I had found my meaning of life. So I guess you could say it's pretty ironic because I am now practicing existentialism through that. So I guess you could say that's what influenced me as a young child into making movies and TV shows, finding my own happiness.
Also, why did you decide to make The Truman Show?
I got involved into a couple of books, and one is called The Stranger, and it's about a character he's the main character. His name is Merceau, and he is an ordinary man. And it starts off with him receiving a telegram telling him that his mother passed away. But he doesn't act like his mother passed away. He doesn't act like something tragic happened or anything. He acts calm. And over the next couple of weeks, he just carries on like nothing happened. He like frolics with a new girlfriend. He befriends a pimp, goes on a beach vacation with both, and there they are confronted by two Arabs. And Marcel ends up eventually killing one of the Arabs. And at his murder trial, the court seemed much interested in Marcel's lack of grief over his mother's death than the alleged crime of him killing one of the Arabs. He was judged to be a cold-hearted, non-conforming, detached hater of humankind. And the jury finds his character, not his crime, but his character punishable by death. And awaiting his execution, he finally starts to show some emotion. But he says that the world is meaningless, lawless, and without rational order. And at the very least, he gets to leave society and all that goes with it behind. And examples of essentialism in that book, it's basically saying that to make your own decisions in life. So that influenced one. And also there's another book in the book Metamorphosis that I also was inspired by. The main character, Gregor, wakens to find himself as a bug, and it never explains how he got to be a bug, but Gregor was extremely devoted to his work and was the sole support of his family because none of them worked. He had devoted himself to a life of work and self sacrifice, following every order. And throughout his insect transformation, Gregor eventually abandoned his misled obligation to society, and instead he devoted the rest of his life to himself. And because of that, his family grew to resent him and made him a bird of the household because now society and his family had no further use for him. So he ended up starving to death in this bedroom. And according to Kafka and Existentialism, people have both an individual side and a side with the commitment of society. And in this book, it shows that it is our choices that must be in moderation of the two to maintain balance. And basically saying if a person chooses himself over society, he will lose the support of society. However, if a person chooses society, he will lose his individuality.
And for the weather,
That.
I'm Chantel Taylor.
And I'm Sydney Carson. Thank you for watching 46254.